go. Got my comfy chair. Let's do this. So when it comes to making good, consistent, hard contact with the baseball and getting our barrel on plane with the pitch, there's a couple different things that come into play that really affect how well we can consistently do that. Now, obviously we want to be staying connected, really making sure that we're getting the barrel on a good plane with the baseball. And if we can do that, that's already step one accomplished. You're already increasing your chances for success. But another thing that a lot of people don't realize is the way that the barrel is delivered and the role that our shoulders play in our swing. A lot of people you'll see, if you had trouble maybe taking balls to the opposite field, you feel like you're kind of pulling off or not getting a lot of real good contact consistently. A lot of times you might want to look at your front shoulder in your swing. Now ideally we want our front shoulder to be reactive and our back shoulder, our backside, to be the active part in our swing. We want to be driving with our backside. We don't want to be pulling out with the front shoulder, because what that's going to do is it's going to pull our barrel out of the zone and lock up our backside. So basically what happens is, as you go through your swing, if you're pulling out and locking up that backside, you are going to have your barrel on plane more than likely if you have any good bat to ball ability. The problem is though, is that you're not getting anything out of your backside anymore. You have a real tough time because your hands are away from you. You don't have the same control over the barrel, and you really don't have a lot of energy or ability to adjust to anything. That becomes a problem because we don't want to work east to west in our swing. We don't want to pull our barrel out of the zone. Our body's going to rotate naturally anyway as we open our hips to whip our barrel through the zone. So the last thing we want to do is be pulling it out and really losing any chance of making good, consistent contact. We want to work north to south, and we want to stay linear through the entire pitch as much as we can. If we can work either right through the pitch or even in to out, which a lot of major league hitters will do, if you watch, their swings actually work in to out to the opposite field, because that allows them to keep that barrel in a good, strong position throughout their entire swing. We really give ourselves a really good chance to make good, consistent contact and really drive the ball. So if you're having trouble visualizing this, I usually try to use the example of either throwing a frisbee or skipping a rock to try and help the hitter visualize how to keep this front shoulder quiet and really be driving with this back shoulder all the way through. It's the same thing in the swing. We want to stay through it. If you think about it this way, if I'm holding a bat and I'm locking out my front shoulder, yeah, I might be on plane, but I don't have any control really over the barrel because my arms are so far apart from me. I don't really have any power because I eliminated my backside in the swing essentially. Whereas if I can keep both in that good, powerful position here, you know, if you think of like you're trying to push something away from you, or if you're trying to throw a punch, you're not going to have any strength or ability to really do anything if your arms are out here. You want to have everything kind of close as much as you can, because that keeps it in a really strong and controlled position to where you can adapt. You can easily use your energy effectively at different points throughout the swing and really keep yourself on a good plane all the way through. It can be kind of a tough thing for hitters to sometimes flip the switch, so to say, because I think a lot of hitters, especially me included, we got so used to the idea of thinking, oh, we have to work fast, we got to get the barrel into the zone and throw the hands at the ball, and that's not really the best way to do it. Everybody works in their own way, but we're all trying to accomplish the same thing. We're all trying to get our barrel on a good plane because we want to hit the ball on the barrel of the bat. That's where we're going to get the best results the majority of the time, probably like 99% of the time. So our goal is to not only get our barrel on a good plane, but also give ourselves the best chance to be using the most out of our body and using our movements efficiently, so we can not only build a ton of strength and energy for our swing, but use it effectively as well. So if you take a look here, as you can see, if I'm locking out that back side, yeah, my barrel will probably be on plane if I'm good at getting my barrel through the zone. However, I don't really have a ton of ability to adjust really easily. I don't have a ton of control over the barrel because I'm way out here. So I really don't give myself much of a chance to do things consistently with the baseball and really get the results I want to see. Whereas if I can really work linear through, I have all my strength right here still, even if I have to hit the ball out front or if I have to hit the ball deep, wherever it may be, I still have that strength and I can easily adjust and really stay through this baseball. I could hit it twice if I wanted to on the same line. Now, I've worked with Rex for a long time now, and I know he has a strong, fundamentally sound swing. He's got good bat-to-ball skills. He usually does a really great job of getting his barrel on playing with the pitch consistently and really driving the ball. However, even good hitters have days where they struggle and don't feel 100%, and the goal of hitting is really not just to have a good A swing, but having that good B plus swing that we can use and be successful consistently even when we're not feeling our best. So you can see in the clip here, if you're watching Rex's front shoulder, that he's leaking out a little bit and using a little bit too much of his hands. He's locking up that back side. Instead of staying strong on that back leg and really working to fire through with that back side, he's letting that front shoulder do a little bit more of the work than it should, and it shows. Even though he's getting the barrel on plane because of that locked back side, he doesn't really have as much control over the barrel as he usually does. He was flaring out a lot of stuff to the opposite field that he usually drives into the gap. And that was a pretty big indicator for me, knowing that that was probably what was causing that issue. So another thing we need to do when we're analyzing video is take a look at what our lower half is doing. Our lower half is really important to the success of our swings. Our lower half not only helps us build good kinetic stretch and energy that we're going to use in our swing and really create good separation so we can work behind and through the baseball, but it just gives us a stable base to work off of. If we don't have a stable base and we can't stay balanced throughout our swing, we're really going to struggle to make good, consistent contact. So Rex and I have been working on the same drill for a couple weeks now, where we start him with his front leg in the air because he has a little bit of a leg kick, and all he's working to do is really feel that connection with the ground, really feel his back leg being strong, feeling that stretch as he strides through and decides to time it up, and then just giving him that feeling of maintaining that stretch, putting himself in a good position to launch so he can really work behind and through the baseball effectively. Even if he's a little off timing, if he's putting himself in a good position to launch consistently, he's going to really increase his chances of making good contact with the baseball. So from the side angle here, he's got that leg up. He's waiting for me to throw. Once he starts to time me up, he's keeping that strength in that back leg, feeling that stretch, feeling that tension, and really trying to just get himself in a good position to launch here. So when he goes to get his barrel on plane, he's working with his backside. These two are working together, that rear shoulder and that back leg, and really helping get that barrel through the zone with a lot of control and a lot of good energy. So he can really stay linear through the pitch. And as you can see in his video of his swings from the other day, he's coming up out of that back knee a little bit. So instead of really staying strong and holding that stretch, feeling that force with the ground, he's losing a little bit of that. He's coming up out and he's kind of just falling into the ball. That's probably another reason why he felt a little out of sync, and he wasn't really getting his barrel in the zone and through the zone as consistently as he usually does.